Good evening. I'm Judy Woodruff. On the NewsHour tonight.
The fundamental question of our time is whether the West has the will to survive.
President Trump's stark message in Poland, signaling a fight to preserve Western civilization, a day before meeting Russia's President Putin. Then retail giant Hobby Lobby agrees to pay $3 million and return thousands of smuggled Iraqi artifacts as the company's devout Christian president plans to open a museum of the Bible just blocks from the nation's capital. And a salute to the father of rock and roll. A new album showcases Chuck Berry's enduring influence on American music.
He's one of the primary sonic architects of rock and roll, so he helped establish this art form that we all know and love, and that really sort of took over the world.
All that and more on tonight's PBS NewsHour.
Major funding for the PBS NewsHour has been provided by BNSF Railway
and by the Alfred P. Sloan Foundation, supporting science, technology, and improved economic performance and financial literacy in the 21st century.
Carnegie Corporation of New York, supporting innovations in education, democratic engagement, and the advancement of international peace and security at carnegie.org. And with the ongoing support of these individuals and institutions. This program was made possible by the Corporation for Public Broadcasting and by contributions to your PBS station from viewers like you. Thank you.
President Trump faced dramatically different crowds as he made his way across Europe today. His second overseas trip as president began in Poland before he moved on to Hamburg, Germany, the site of the summit of leaders of the major industrialized nations. Special correspondent Ryan Chilcote reports.
President Trump kicked off his second trip to Europe by doing something he was criticized for not doing on his first, offering America's full commitment to the NATO alliance.
The United States has demonstrated, not merely with words, but with its actions, that we stand firmly behind Article 5, the mutual defense commitment. Words are easy, but actions are what matters.
Mr. Trump was addressing a friendly crowd of some 15,000 in Warsaw, Poland. Some of the spectators bussed in by the country's center-right governing party. To the delight of Poles concerned about Russia, their neighbor to the east, he declared the West would triumph over its many adversaries.
The fundamental question of our time is whether the West has the will to survive. I declare today for the world to hear that the West will never, ever be broken. Our values will prevail. Our people will thrive, and our civilization will triumph.
The president, though, reiterated criticism of some NATO allies in Western Europe for not committing more to defense spending. Mr. Trump also offered his most forceful condemnation yet of Russia, just a day before his meeting with President Vladimir Putin.
We urge Russia to cease its destabilizing activities in Ukraine and elsewhere, and its support for hostile regimes, including Syria and Iran, and to instead join the community of responsible nations.
Hours earlier, at a press conference with Poland's president, though, Mr. Trump skirted questions about Russian meddling in the 2016 election.
Will you once and for all, yes or no, definitively say that Russia interfered in the 2016 election?
Well, I think it was Russia, and I think it could have been other people in other countries. Could have been a lot of people interfered. Nobody really knows. Nobody really knows for sure.
Mr. Trump also cast blame on former President Barack Obama.
I think what happened is he thought Hillary Clinton was going to win the election, and he said, let's not do anything about it. Had he thought the other way, he would have done something about it.
President Trump then flew to Hamburg, Germany for the G20 summit. There he met German Chancellor Angela Merkel. The two have publicly disagreed on a variety of issues, including trade and climate change. All the while, the Welcome to Hell protest, its actual title, was already underway, turning violent almost immediately. Hundreds of protesters clash with police in riot gear who use water cannons to disperse crowds. Others rush demonstrators, tackling them to the ground. President Trump's most important meeting is, of course, tomorrow. That will be his first ever meeting with the president of Russia. Judy?
And Ryan, you've covered the Kremlin. How do you think Mr. Putin is going to react to what President Trump had to say today about Russia's interference in last year's election?
Well, look, I don't think that President Putin will like those remarks. At the same time, I think in a way he will appreciate that they were made in Poland and not here at the G20 summit, not alongside the Russian president. You know, they're very well aware that President Trump is optically challenged, that it would be very difficult for him to say something pro-Russian at this point. They feel that at this point it would be very difficult for him to really achieve much when it comes to improving the Russian-American relationship. They just don't want to see it get any worse. So I think they'll think that he was sort of speaking to the crowd, speaking to the parlor, if you will, and what really matters is what President Trump tells them in that, or tells President Putin in that room when it comes to policy. And namely, what President Putin is hoping is two things. One, that President Trump will perhaps listen to some of his issues that he has with the Ukrainian side when it comes to Russia's conflict in Ukraine. And secondly, President Putin will be hoping that he can use Russia's presence in Syria, what Russia's doing in Syria, as a bridge to the United States. Find some kind of common ground. Encourage President Trump to pursue, for example, Islamic State in Syria together with Russia. That has a whole lot of challenges, but that has always been the Russians' big hope, that they can team up with the United States, or at least lower the level, the temperature in the relationship by working together in Syria.
Ryan Chilcote reporting for us from Hamburg. Thank you.
Thank you.
And we'll hear more about President Trump's visit to Poland and Germany after the news summary. In the day's other news, world powers are jousting over how to handle North Korea's test of an intercontinental ballistic missile. The president of China, Pyongyang's closest ally, called for restraint. In Europe earlier today, President Trump says he still hopes that Beijing can help resolve the North Koreans' tensions, but said the U.S. has a range of options.
I don't like to talk about what I have planned, but I have some pretty severe things that we're thinking about. That doesn't mean we're going to do them. I don't draw red lines. It's a shame that they're behaving this way, but they are behaving in a very, very dangerous manner, and something will have to be done about it.
Meanwhile, there is word that it was Russia that blocked the UN Security Council's approval of a statement strongly condemning that launch. The Trump administration has renewed its offer to cooperate with Russia over the Syria conflict. In a statement last night, Secretary of State Rex Tillerson said the U.S. is open to coordinating on so-called no-fly zones in Syria. Later, State Department spokeswoman Heather Nauert said the broader American strategy remains the same.
If our two countries can establish stability on the ground, we believe that that will lay a foundation for progress on the political settlement of Syria's future. The policy has not changed. Some of the words and some of the phrasing may have changed at this point, but overall, it's just one of a series of options that the United States will now consider.
For his part, Russia's Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov asked for more information on the proposal, but said that cooperation is, quote, a step in the right direction. A survey commissioned by the U.S. State Department shows many diplomats are frustrated and confused by the Trump administration. The Wall Street Journal first reported on the document, which was released to State Department employees yesterday. It comes as the president seeks drastic cuts to diplomatic and development funding. Separately, the State Department is saying the U.S. refugee admissions program won't be suspended until next week. After the Supreme Court upheld part of the Trump administration's travel ban, resettlement agencies were told to schedule refugee arrivals only through today. But it's been announced that they can now continue until July 12th, when refugee admissions are expected to hit their cap of 50,000. The U.S. government's ethics director, who has prodded the Trump administration over conflicts of interest, is resigning. Walter Shaub is stepping down months before his term was set to expire. In a statement on Twitter, Shaub said, quote, "It has become clear to me that we need improvements to the existing ethics program." This follows the resignation of a top Justice Department official over ethics concerns. Democratic attorneys general in 18 states and the District of Columbia are suing U.S. Education Secretary Betsy DeVos over her delay of rules on for-profit colleges. The lawsuit demands the implementation of the rules created under the Obama administration. They are meant to cancel the student loan debt of people defrauded by those schools. The Illinois House of Representatives has voted to override the governor's veto of a budget package. It means that Illinois will have its first annual spending plan since 2015. That is the longest state fiscal crisis since the Great Depression. Lawmakers voted 71-42 to approve the $36 billion budget plan, which is funded with a $5 billion income tax increase. On Wall Street today, stocks had their biggest drop in more than 6 weeks amid signs that hiring has slowed. The Dow Jones Industrial Average lost 158 points to close at 21,320. The Nasdaq fell 61, and the S&P 500 dropped almost 23. Still to come on the NewsHour, what's behind protests and reaction in Europe to President Trump's visit today. Hobby Lobby accused of illegally importing artifacts. A city in New York that sees refugees as a boon for economic development, and much more. As we've heard, President Trump has voiced at times contradictory views on the U.S.'s relationship with its European allies and with Russia. To parse out where things stand after the first full day of the president's trip abroad and the road ahead, we turn to Paula Dobriansky. She was Undersecretary of State for Democracy and Global Affairs during the George W. Bush administration. She's now a senior fellow at Harvard University, and she joins us from Warsaw. And Karen Donfried was special assistant to the president and senior director for European Affairs on the National Security Council during the Obama administration. She's now president of the German Marshall Fund in the U.S., an organization which seeks to strengthen relations with Europe. And we welcome both of you to the program. Paula Dobriansky, to you first in Warsaw. Overall, what would you say the message is from President Trump that's come across to his European listeners?
Well, the primary message was that European security matters to us greatly, that towards that end, that our forward deployment of our troops on the border matter greatly. They reassure not just the Poles, but the neighborhood, and also the importance of the alliance, that Article 5, our collective defense, is crucial, and toward that end, the alliance has played an important role in the past, it does now, and it will in the future. And let me just add, combined with that, it was very clear that related, the president also made it very clear that he was very concerned about Russian aggression and the need to have a cessation of the violence and the conflict in Ukraine, as well as in Syria. He talked about Islamic radical terrorism. And then he also talked about energy security, which hasn't gotten a lot of attention. And it's behind me here at the Royal Castle, where he gave a speech actually before what's called the 3 Seas Summit, an initiative made by the Poles, the Croats, and there were 12 countries from Central Europe that spoke to this issue about the need for energy independence, energy security, and energy efficiency, and the establishment of an infrastructure in Central Europe.
Karen Donfried, are those the main messages that you have come across from this trip?
There were two things that struck me about President Trump's stop in Poland. One was what a big boost this was to the current Polish government. Poland is an overwhelmingly pro-American country, and that's significant in the context of a European Union that has been quite critical of democratic backsliding in Poland. So the European Commission has been looking at whether Poland is staying true to rule of law, independent judiciary, freedom of the press. So it was very significant for this Polish government. The second thing that struck me was the speech he gave that Paula just referred to. On the one hand, had many elements of a traditional transatlantic speech, reaffirming U.S. commitment to Article 5, the collective defense piece of the NATO alliance, his support for a strong transatlantic relationship. But then on the other hand, you had a dark view of a clash of civilizations. And you had it in your opening clip, the president's comment about the West and our ability to stand up to this challenge. And I think some people are wondering how we in the U.S. under President Trump are defining that West.
Well, how do you respond to that, Paula Dobriansky? Because it did raise, I think, questions in people's mind about what is this conflict as the president sees it?
Well, first, I think that Karen was right. The president did highlight the importance over decades of the Polish relationship with the United States and even cited the roles of such generals as Kosciuszko and Pilsudski. So our relationship has mattered greatly. I saw it in a broader context, though, than Karen had expressed. I saw it as a bond. And on the other issue, I saw and looked at the words that he enunciated. He really spoke a great deal to freedom, to liberty, to captive nations, he referred in his remarks. He did talk about the importance of values, and even towards the end of the speech expressed how it's not just only about military might, but it is also about the will of the people. And towards that end, I did not see that as a dark. I saw that as underscoring the kind of values that we do hold very dearly.
So if he was stressing the common values, Karen Donfried, how then do you read what the president has said? I mean, because we know that it was on the most recent, his other trip to Europe, where he withheld a statement about so-called Article 5, the commitment, the mutual commitment to defense among the NATO countries, but this time he did. I mean, how do you square that?
So on the one hand, I don't think we would have been so focused on the more traditional aspects of the speech were it not for the earlier trip to Europe for a NATO leaders meeting where the president did not affirm U.S. support for Article 5. That's why it was significant. But in that transatlantic context, it was also significant that he didn't mention the European Union, because typically the U.S. has defined its relationship with Europe both through NATO, but also through U.S. cooperation with this body that emphasizes cooperation among Europeans. The second piece I would mention is I was struck by the focus on values, but I actually searched the speech for the word democracy, and it didn't appear, and that was striking to me. And though he did talk about the importance of rule of law and freedom of the press in the speech, when you looked at the press conference he gave with President Duda, he was asked about the issue of the press and expressed his concern about fake news and the dishonest media. So it was a bit of a mixed message, I thought, on those issues around democratic principles.
Paula Dobriansky, what about that? I mean, we know the president's view toward the press in the United States has certainly been a subject of controversy and a lot of discussion and debate recently.
Well, I think in the speech, which was his primary platform, in my view, not the press conference, but the primary platform, where he had an opportunity not just to speak to Poland, but as I mentioned, to the region at large, and also to set the foundation for his meetings coming up in Hamburg, and particularly with President Putin, where he did underscore this importance, as I said, of communism. He talked about it, about the freedoms that were deprived, the kind of oppression that this region was under, and how, in terms of the present time, this is a different period. This is a period where we do have to reaffirm these kinds of values. So I saw it in a broader strategic sense of setting a foundation that has applicability to a number of the issues that we've just mentioned, not just Poland, the region at large, but also for Russia.
Karen Donfrey, just about 30 seconds here, but how does all this play into expectations for tomorrow's meeting between President Trump and President Putin?
So it becomes much more complicated for President Trump when he gets, well, he is now in Germany for the G20. The German context is more complicated because you have a German chancellor who's facing an election campaign in September. She has a public that is not supportive of President Trump's policies. She very much values the relationship with the U.S., so she wants to try to reach agreement with President Trump while also staying true to her principal stands on climate and trade. So it will become very challenging. The meeting with President Putin will be something everyone will be watching, and it sounds, based on his comments at the press conference today, that he won't be raising the issue of Russian meddling in U.S. elections.
Yeah, he certainly, he said, yes, it may have happened, but it may not have. He said nobody knows for sure who was behind it.
Which was also a rebuke of U.S. intelligence, I would say.
Karen Donfrey, Paula Dobriansky, we thank you both.
Thank you so much.
Now to a major legal case involving the alleged smuggling of ancient religious artifacts. Late yesterday, the Department of Justice said that the nationwide arts and crafts company, Hobby Lobby, illegally imported thousands of ancient relics from the Middle East. William Brangham has the story.
The government's complaint against Hobby Lobby involves the purchase and importation of 5,500 rare clay tablets and artifacts from Israel and the UAE, antiquities that likely once came from Iraq. Prosecutors allege the company missed several red flags indicating that this purchase was highly suspicious. Hobby Lobby argues this was an innocent mistake caused by inexperience. In an agreement with the Justice Department, the company must now turn over all the artifacts and pay $3 million. Hobby Lobby is a family-owned evangelical Christian company. They were at the center of the 2014 Supreme Court case that ruled companies can't be forced to cover birth control for their employees, and they're also constructing a multi-million-dollar Bible museum here in Washington, D.C. that will open this fall. For more on this case, I'm joined now by Deborah Lehr. She's chairman of George Washington University's Capitol Archaeological Institute, and she's the founder of the Antiquities Coalition, which works to stop the looting of world cultures. Welcome to the NewsHour. Can you tell me just the basics? What is you heard what I said about the overview of this case. What is the government alleging that Hobby Lobby did wrong here?
The government is alleging that they imported knowingly items from Iraq and that they used falsified shipping labels and that they didn't get the appropriate import permits to be able to bring these antiquities into the country.
And what are these antiquities? What are the items that we're talking about?
They are things, as you said, that are destined for their biblical museum, and they're clay tablets and cylinder seals and ancient items that were part of that time period in Iraq.
So my understanding is the company says these were not destined for the museum. They said they were just part of their larger collection. But the government also argues that there were all sorts of red flags that should have tipped off Hobby Lobby that this was not an appropriate purchase to make. Can you tell us what were some of those red flags?
Absolutely. First, Hobby Lobby is a sophisticated importer, and they know very well that you have to designate the country of origin and the appropriate tariff line when bringing these into the country. This was not done. These items, instead of being declared as antiquities, were declared as clay tiles or samples. They were not noted that they were coming from Iraq, but instead that they were coming from Turkey. And it's no mistake that we have an agreement with Iraq that if they were being brought in and declared coming from Iraq, they would have to get an appropriate permit, yet we don't have a similar type of agreement with Turkey. They're also coming from a part of the world where conflict antiquities are being actually excavated by groups like Daesh or ISIS. and knowingly being exported and used as a means for funding terrorism. And so there are quite a few red flags that they should have known, and at a minimum, they should have done provenance research, what they didn't do. What they actually did is paid 5 individuals through 7 different accounts, and as I said, then shipped these in different packets, which that might be understandable, but to several different locations in the United States, and without the appropriate or accurate shipping records.
Now, the companies has agreed they're going to give back these items, and they're willing to pay this $3 million to the government. The company argues that they're new to this business and that this was really sort of a rookie mistake, that inexperience is what caused these problems, not any intentional looking past these concerns you've raised.
Well, that's a very interesting argument for a group that has a business that's based largely on importing into the country, and it's those 2 claims that they actually are being fined for. We could understand potentially that they may not be sophisticated about the specifics of what importing antiquities from Iraq would involve, but they are building a museum where they're importing and collecting historic items from around the world. So we hope that there are not other rookie mistakes that they have made within their Bible museum and the antiquities that are there.
I mean, Hobby Lobby is certainly not the first organization or institution to sort of trip this particular wire. I mean, major cultural institutions in the United States in the past have had similar problems. I mean, it's not an uncommon problem.
Well, it's not an uncommon problem, but we haven't seen a fine quite this large, and that it's very hard to bring about these kinds of cases. So we do commend the United States government and certainly ICE for the seizures that they're making. But the trade in antiquities, in illicit antiquities, is a global problem, and we're seeing it on the increase as we see conflict in the Middle East, and where there are millions of sites still yet to be excavated. It's very much just an endless, almost excavation that's out there for thieves to take advantage of.
As we mentioned, they're building this enormous museum, and some of the Hobby Lobby's 40,000 other items apparently are destined to go into this museum. And other experts in antiquities have raised concerns about the speed at which some of those items were gathered. Have you heard those same concerns?
Yes, we've heard those same concerns, and one hopes that they have actually done the type of provenance research that they should be doing to ensure that these are not part of the illicit trade. They actually had consulted one of the leading cultural heritage lawyers in the case of this specific import with items coming of these 5,000 items, who had recommended that they do a lot more additional research. And so they actually had ignored the warning that they received from their own attorney.
All right, Deborah Lehr of the Antiquities Coalition, thanks so much.
Thank you very much.
Now, the Trump administration has set a lower limit on accepting refugees from abroad for this fiscal year. In the coming week, the U.S. will hit that ceiling of accepting 50,000 new refugees. The city of Utica, New York, has long taken a more welcoming approach. 1 out of every 4 citizens there is a refugee, and the evidence is they are helping revitalize the community. Paul Solman has our update. It's part of his weekly series, Making Sense.
Post-industrial Utica, New York. Upstate, downtrodden, and in the heart of downtown, where the United Methodist Church used to be, a thriving mosque. In the world beyond Utica, the tide of refugees rises, the fear of foreigners swells. Muslim terrorists, real and imagined, haunt us.
Donald J. Trump is calling for a total and complete shutdown of Muslims entering the United States until our country's representatives can figure out what the hell is going on.
President Trump's calls for an even partial Muslim ban were repeatedly rebuffed in court, but the Supreme Court has now let some of it stand until it considers the ban's legality this fall. But when we asked Utica Mayor Robert Palmieri if the city would be willing to resettle Syrian refugees,
I would say absolutely we would be. Because Utica starts with you. Simple as that.
There's the humanitarian aspect, of course. America's historic promise to extend a hand to huddled masses yearning to breathe free. But Utica likes the economics.
They're willing to work, and they work extremely hard. It's the rebound for our great city.
Refugee resettlement as an economic development tool, a Rust Belt revival strategy Utica has pioneered. After decades of decline, the city lost a third of its population when its factories closed. Utica is growing again, back up to 62,000 people, thanks in part to its reputation as, quote, the town that loves refugees, who now make up 1 out of every 4 residents. Thousands are Muslims from Bosnia, refugees of the war there in the 1990s.
Basically, we left everything what we have at that time and start from zero again.
Sakib Durachak, who trained in Bosnia as a construction engineer, started a small business in Utica rehabbing cheap, often crumbling houses for refugees looking to build a new life.
A huge opportunity, because at the time when we came in Utica, it's a relatively very dead and poor city.
Bosnians have visibly spruced up Utica's east side and beyond. But there's an even more basic reason to welcome refugees to a town like Utica.
To have an economy, you have to have workers and you have to have consumers.
Professor Ellen Crayley teaches demography at nearby Colgate University.
The influx of refugees to Utica allowed us to retain some smaller industries that were looking for highly motivated labor.
And if past suffering helps fuel motivation, Tada Paw has plenty to spare.
I work very hard because I want to live American life.
An ethnic Karen, a persecuted minority in Burma, she spent 23 years, starting at age 4, in refugee camps in Thailand. When she was 14,
Burmese army, they just shoot our refugee camp and made it burn. My sister's best friend, she burned alive.
A week later, her 17-year-old sister committed suicide.
I think she tired of life. Whole our life, we have to run for safety.
Paul came to Utica 9 years ago, worked as a nursing home aide and housekeeper while studying English, then as a medical interpreter. 4 years ago, she joined the direct sales firm Mary Kay Cosmetics. Within months, she'd worked her way up to the coveted pink Cadillac.
I travel in Albany, Buffalo. It's really hard, but now I love to live here.
Okay, so we get why refugees for Utica, but why Utica for refugees?
Utica was close to Syracuse, and Tom Cruise is from Syracuse, so I was going to see Tom Cruise.
Sadly for Bosnian refugee Ibrahim Rosic, no cruise. Happily, the Mohawk Valley Resource Center.
We receive $1,125 federal dollars to be spent on behalf of each arriving refugee.
With those dollars, says Executive Director Shelley Callahan, the Refugee Center rents an apartment, furnishes it, gets the utilities turned on, and starts teaching the basics.
So it's how to lock your door, how to work the stove, the thermostat, the plumbing.
There are also English lessons.
Somebody sitting to the left of you.
Left.
Yes.
Right.
Left, right.
Left. You gotta shop around.
Introductions to strange new foods.
Celery. We're gonna make celery and kale. I'm gonna focus on a.
And for those who can drive, the all-important class in parking tickets. A veritable auditorium of Babel. But within a few months, they're on their own.
They actually come here owing their airfare back to the federal government. So they are expected to get a job as soon as possible.
Although there are no hard statistics on how many refugees do or don't find jobs after their aid ends, some qualify for public assistance. Ibrahim Rosic was literally torn apart in the Bosnian conflict.
In 1994, I stepped on a landmine. I lost my left leg. And my right leg was severely damaged. I have no knee. I can't bend it.
He's officially 100% disabled, but, says the former engineer,
I work 2 jobs. I work full-time as a director at Mohawk Valley Community College, and I also work as an adjunct instructor at SUNY Poly. I am not a burden on community. I am not a burden on social services. Yes, community helped me to get this, but now it's my time to pay back. And I would say most refugees do the same.
So, are refugees the economic boon that motivated immigrants famously have been? Yes, says economist Jeffrey Sachs, but there are negatives.
Some workers face increased job competition, and their wages can be driven down. If lower skilled immigrants come, then lower skilled American workers may see a decline in their wages, whereas business owners may see more workers at lower cost for them.
And what if, as many Americans fear, even just a few are terrorists? Shelley Callahan's response? This isn't Europe.
Refugees are the most intensively screened immigrants, really, to come to this country. About 2 years of intense scrutiny by the Department of Homeland Security, the FBI, ICE, Department of State. There's DNA testing involved.
For those people who is proven as a bad people, we don't want them here.
The al-Assad family, Palestinians who for decades lived in Baghdad, fled during the troop surge of 2007, the deadliest year of the Iraq War.
I got kidnapped there by, I don't know, some militia, and
my other brother too.
My other brother,
they beat him up.
He got beat up. I lost many friends of mine.
They spent 3 years in a camp on the Syrian border before being cleared for transit to the United States. Yusuf al-Assad went to work at the Chobani yogurt plant outside Utica, whose CEO, Hamdi Ulukaya, has championed the rights of refugees and hired hundreds of them. We were supposed to tape there, but at the last minute Chobani pulled out, citing security concerns, fear for the safety of employees in the current political environment. Understandably, as right-wing media had targeted a Chobani plant in Twin Falls, Idaho, where some 30% of the workers are refugees.
So let's look at the headlines.
According to conspiracy theorist Alex Jones, citing Breitbart,
TB spiked 500% in Twin Falls during 2012 as Chobani Yogurt opened the plant. Idaho refugee boys admit to sexually assaulting 5-year-old. Okay. Twin Falls refugee rape special report. Why are refugees moving in? Oh, the Chobani plant.
But the sexual assault by minors is shrouded in secrecy, and the TB case spike was from 1 positive test to 6 in a nearly 12,000 square mile area that included Twin Falls, none of the cases contagious, none involving Chobani employees.
This isn't some game, people. There's a total Islamic takeover taking place. Behind the scenes, they got Muslims following me around.
In April, the company sued Jones for false and defamatory reports.
And I'm ready to take them on. Christ, please help us win this. Please help me be strong.
The following month, Jones issued an apology and a retraction.
On behalf of InfoWars, I regret that we mischaracterized Chobani, its employees, and the people of Twin Falls, Idaho, the way we did.
2 final follow-ups. Unemployment in Twin Falls has dropped from 7% to 3% since Chobani came to town in 2012.
Please remain standing for the Pledge of Allegiance.
And the Trump administration is seeking to cut the number of refugees allowed annually into the U.S. from 110,000 to 50,000.
With liberty and justice for all. Let's have a round of applause for our new citizens.
Last February in Utica, Yusuf al-Assad joined 29 others from 15 different countries in becoming a U.S. citizen.
Congratulations, your new flag.
Almost all were refugees. We leave the last word to Judge David Peebles.
America is now your country. I cannot overemphasize the need now more than ever for you and your fellow citizens to unite, answer the call, and assist in bettering our society and our world. Congratulations on becoming a citizen of the greatest nation on earth. God bless all of you, and God bless America.
For the PBS NewsHour, this is economics correspondent Paul Salman.
Beautiful.
The technology sector, and especially the startup culture in Silicon Valley, has long been criticized for its record on diversity, gender, and inclusion. Now the spotlight is being shown on the investors and funders in the Valley. Here's Hari Srinivasan.
The scrutiny has intensified in recent weeks after two publications, The Information and the New York Times, documented how prominent venture capitalists had been accused of making unwanted sexual advances through texts, phone calls, and physical intimidation. These powerful investors use their power to harass dozens of women in whose companies they might invest. It led to the resignation of Dave McClure, who was the CEO of tech incubator 500 Startups. McClure apologized after he was accused of harassment by other women and wrote to a prospective employee, quote, "I was getting confused figuring out whether to hire you or hit on you." Frida Kappert-Klein is an entrepreneur and leading voice pushing companies to increase culture and diversity. Kappert-Klein and her husband invest in several startups, including some funds run by 500 Startups. She joins me now from Oakland. So Frida, you've been working on this for decades. Why are these two stories in the past couple of weeks resonating?
Well, I think finally Silicon Valley is willing to look at itself and to recognize it may be on the leading edge of investing in tech. It's certainly on the trailing edge of dealing with its own ecosystem, diversity and inclusion in particular. Venture capital.
Yeah, go ahead.
Pardon? I was going to say, venture capital is now looking at behaviors that it's engaging in that were addressed on Wall Street more than 20 years ago.
You know, there aren't exactly any stats on this, but how pervasive is it? I mean, you've started projects to include women and people of color to try to foster change in the pipeline. And it's important to point out that this isn't just about gender. This is also about race and sexual orientation sometimes.
Exactly. And I think a term that's a bit bulky, but a very important concept, what we see is intersectionality, meaning that we can have multiple identities. It's important to point out that the women who told their stories to The Information about binary capital and the women who came forward against Dave McClure in the New York Times, all of those were women of color and talking about unwelcome advances from Caucasian men. So we need to look at that racial dynamic as it's layered in with the gender dynamic. And you're absolutely right, it's an abuse of power.
One of the interesting things that people point out about Uber is that there were so many different scandals where nothing happened to the CEO, really until his biggest investors signed a letter together and asked him to step down. It seems that really it's just money that talks much louder here.
Unfortunately, money does talk much louder. I think we've hit an era in venture capital where greed is everything. And it again mimics Wall Street in the 1990s, where greed is good was a commonplace statement, and in fact, in a commencement speech. I think now we have to look at, is the only thing that matters dollars? Is it the dollars that get invested in the entrepreneur? Is it the quote-unquote unicorn status, meaning the billion-dollar valuation of a startup? And when are we going to start expanding the ledger sheet to include how people are treated, to include how venture capital and startups behave as citizens of communities and of the country?
So how do you change that dynamic for venture funding that's all chasing those unicorns? They all want to get rich quick. They all want to fund the right startup that's going to make billions and billions of dollars. And it seems that they're almost enabling a culture that goes on because, hey, it's all about profits.
Well, I think that's right, and I think there are several groups that are going to need to join forces to make that change. The venture capital community itself has to say, wait a second, we aren't with the bottom of the bottom here, and we need to work to clean up our own industry. But we also need to see that limited partners who invest in these venture funds need to start doing different kinds of due diligence, different kinds of demands about diversity and inclusion in the venture capital firm itself, in the companies that are funded and the values of the startups that are created. So the limited partners can create a lot of change. The entrepreneurs themselves, one of the things we need to point out is that venture capital, as currently constructed, is leaving billions of dollars on the table because they're overlooking underrepresented entrepreneurs who have great ideas and who can serve real communities, real needs.
All right, Frida Capper-Klein joining us from Oakland tonight. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Chuck Berry was a pioneer in his field, often referred to as the father of rock and roll, who influenced a generation of musicians. Now, 3 months after his death at the age of 90, he's back in a way. Jeffrey Brown explains.
You know it when you hear it. Beginning in the mid-1950s, Chuck Berry helped define the sound and look, the attitude and raw power of rock and roll. The man is now gone, but his music lives on in a new album titled Chuck, Berry's first album since 1979. He'd worked on the project off and on for several decades, and on his 90th birthday, 5 months before his death, had announced its imminent release.
So here's one of his Cadillacs.
Yes. I was joined recently by the star's son, Charles, and grandson, Charlie, at the National Museum of African American History and Culture for some personal memories of the man and his music.
This is a guy that when he was a little boy, he sold vegetables off a cart with his father. This is a man that worked at a General Motors plant, not assembling the cars, but as a janitor. He heard from other people the significance that he brought to the table, but he didn't really dwell on that.
I remember in elementary school, I'd have teachers coming up to me like, "Who's your grandfather?" I'd be like, "Papa." They're like, "That's so cool."
Did you have any idea who your grandfather was in, history?
I always knew he played the guitar, but I didn't think he was like this bigger than life person to everybody else, because he was just Papa.
Yeah. Oh boy, did he play the guitar, huh?
Oh yes. Oh yes.
Yeah.
In fact, both Charles and Charlie also play the guitar and had the chance to play with Chuck. Charles is part of the band for many years. Since Chuck's death, they've played on, here just recently promoting the new album on The Tonight Show. The album charts Chuck Berry's life in stages, an autobiographical epitaph of sorts. In the song Big Boys, he returns to his childhood with the ambitions of a teenager.
I wanted to do things the big boys do.
While the Eyes of Man describe the wisdom of women in his life.
Men will praise her cause an omen.
It's almost to the point that he was being philosophical over his life and letting everybody else know, it's like, hey, from a wonderful woman to a big boy to an eye of a man, here's my book. Here's the next chapter in my life that you get to have, and I hope you enjoy it.
Berry continued to perform into his late 80s, including his renowned monthly gig at Blueberry Hill, a diner and music venue in his native St. Louis.
He's really laid the law down for playing that kind of music.
When I'm 65, 70, I got my grandkids. Chuck Berry, yeah, I met Chuck Berry. Matter of fact, I backed Chuck Berry up one night. You did? Yeah.
My favorite song with Chuck is all of them. I like all of them.
His influence is everywhere in rock music. The initial cultural jolt was jokingly portrayed in the 1985 hit movie Back to the Future. And honored 9 years later in Pulp Fiction.
Rock and roll has such a firm place in cultural memory.
Kevin Straight is a musical historian and curator at the museum.
He's one of the primary sonic architects of rock and roll, so he helped established this art form that we all know and love, and that really sort of took over the world. At its helm really is this, was this young musician from St. Louis, and you know, he really sort of helped to sort of establish the template for how rock and roll should sound. You know, he's a phenomenal guitar player, phenomenal showman.
Strait acquired objects from Berry for the museum's Musical Crossroads collection, including this prized guitar.
This guitar is pretty special. It's a Gibson ES350T. I mean, it's one of his early touring and recording guitars that he used, and it's nicknamed Maybelline after his first hit.
Yeah, quite a first hit.
Yeah.
Quite a name, right?
Cadillac done about 95, bumper to bumper, old side to side. Maybelline, can't you be true? Oh, Maybelline, can't you be true?
And that red 1973 Cadillac Eldorado. Berry drove it on stage in 1986 for his 60th birthday and the filming of the documentary Hail, Hail, Rock and Roll. That was at the Fox Theater in St. Louis, which had denied him entry as a child because he was black.
And my forefathers, a few blocks away, were sold on the civil courthouse steps. Sold. Now that's a big change.
It was difficult, absolutely, but, you know, as opposed to, like, man, these white people are just, they're playing me. My God, I can't. Nope. My dad took it as, oh, so you tell me I can't go in the front of this venue to play in front of this crowd? Okay, I'm going to keep writing my music. They're going to change it. I'm going to make it, I'm going to make a scenario where the people that are listening to my music are having such a blast that skin color becomes irrelevant.
So how do you see what your grandfather, what he went through and what he achieved?
Go from selling out a packed house to then being told you can't stay in this hotel room. And it's like, that probably would have left me pretty bitter throughout the rest of my life. But I don't know, just what he's done with his music and everything, it's just that much more amazing because he was able to do it during that time.
Oh, well, look at here now. This just makes my day.
A pioneering life that had dramatic ups and downs for sure. Now, Chuck, the album, adds new music to what was already an enormous legacy. For the PBS NewsHour, I'm Jeffrey Brown in Washington.
Love his music. And now to another in our brief but spectacular series. Tonight we hear from Georgina Klieg. She's a lecturer in the English department at the University of California, Berkeley. Her forthcoming book is More Than Meets the Eye: What Blindness Brings to Art.
It's a common experience for people with disabilities to feel that they're being stared at or to notice that they're being stared at. And in fact, blind people can feel that too, a kind of collective intake of breath. Even if nobody says anything, you can tell when you attract attention. I am legally blind. I became legally blind. I was diagnosed when I was 11. I probably lost my vision gradually over a few years. I remember feeling that I wasn't supposed to feel anything about it because there wasn't anything anybody could do. My complicated relationship with Helen Keller came from childhood. She was held up as this role model, that she was deaf and blind, but she was always cheerful and she did well in school and you never heard her complain. I took this very personally. I took it as a reproach towards me. So I hated Helen Keller and I loved Helen Keller jokes. And I, told them with relish in the schoolyard. I started to wonder if I had been unfair to Helen Keller when I was a child. I ended up writing a book about her, which is a series of letters by me to her. And she doesn't write back because she's dead. Basically me asking questions about different moments in her life and calling her out and asking her to explain herself. And so it was a way for me to enter her life imaginatively. I tell my students all the time that they should tell their friends not to text while walking, because I'm always bumping into people who are texting while walking. And then they make themselves a hazard to blind people, because I'm counting on all the other pedestrians to pay attention, to see me coming and get out of my way. I think there's still discrimination in all sorts of arenas. There's problems with access to websites and electronic media, captioning, audio description. I mean, the technology exists, people know how to do this, but it's not as if everything is made accessible. The problem is that people's understanding of blindness is very limited. There's the sort of joke scenario of a blind person coming to an intersection and somebody grabbing their arm and leading them across the street when in fact they wanted to go in a different direction. And that's never happened to me, and I think part of it is just that I tend to look like I know where I'm going.
I would agree with that.
My name is Georgina Klieg, and this is my brief but spectacular take on blindness.
And we thank you, Georgina. And you can watch additional brief but spectacular episodes on our website, pbs.org/newshour/brief. And that is the NewsHour for tonight. I'm Judy Woodruff. Join us online and again right here tomorrow evening with David Brooks and Ruth Marcus. For all of us at the PBS NewsHour, thank you, and we'll see you soon.
Major funding for the PBS NewsHour has been provided by BNSF Railway, and with the ongoing support of these institutions. This program was made possible by the Corporation for Public Broadcasting and by contributions to your PBS station from viewers like you. Thank you.
You're watching PBS.